The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you.
An argument arose among the disciples about which of them was the greatest. Jesus realized the intention of their hearts and took a child and placed it by his side and said to them, "Whoever receives this child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives the one who sent me. For the one who is least among all of you is the one who is the greatest." Then John said in reply, "Master, we saw someone casting out demons in your name, and we tried to prevent him because he does not follow in our company." And Jesus said to him, "Do not prevent him, for whoever is not against you is for you." The Gospel of the Lord. Mula ang adlaw kanatong tanan. When we come to the celebration or to the memorial of Saint Jerome, the acclaimed patron saint and Bible scholar of his time, we are always reminded of how the Pope Damasus I actually asked him, or what we call sent him, to translate or to make a new translation of the Latin version of the Bible, which was available already during his time. And so, when he did that, when he went to Jerusalem, he translated what we now call the Vulgate. Now, what is interesting here about the Vulgate is that it comes from the word, it's actually vulgata means or is related to vulgar. In other words, it can be understood by any ordinary person. It's not classical. It's not a language that is only for those who are educated. It's actually the language of the marketplace. In fact, the original New Testament also was written in Greek, but not in classic Greek, but also in Koine, which is also common. And what does this tell us? That the Vulgate, which had been the official Bible of the church until all the most recent discoveries in archaeology were considered, became the official version of practically the church, of the scriptures. Now, what is this all about? It is something that we have to take into account because the message of salvation is not only for a few. It is for everyone to know. It is for everyone to also appreciate. And that's the reason why after the Vulgate translation was made popular, we already have now many different translations or versions or editions of the Bible, so that all peoples will be able to understand. And this is now the very challenge that Saint Jerome poses to us, because it is not just something that we are able to read, but we are also able to appreciate and embrace in our lives, and considering that it's not only for a few. That's why the gospel reading today speaks very clearly about a practical attitude. No? While John was so concerned about their company with the Lord, when he saw another person doing almost the same thing that they were doing, but not of their company, he reacted. But Jesus said, as an ending to our gospel reading today, "Do not prevent him, for whoever is not against you is for you." Now, which actually throws a greater challenge to us. You know, it's a good thing to defend our faith. But sometimes we come to the point that as we want to defend the faith, we are put on the level of here. No? If you have heard or if you have already noticed about debates, no, it's not that you save the faith, you save your face. And sometimes even to the point nga mag-away na gani, di na gani magtingganay. No? But the point there is, what have we done? The Bible is there to give us all the challenges, the necessary lessons, so that we will put them into action. And if we are only up to this point, debate, and then we are not doing something concrete and positive, then that's a little bit questionable. No? And this is precisely the concern. Because even in our times now, within the church, within the Catholic Church itself, gaaway-away pagali ng mga hanas kuno sa Biblia. No? And that's something that we have to really be sad about. And so we continue to pray for this because we want harmony in the understanding of the message of life. But that harmonization had to be concretely expressed in our deeds, in trying our best to do what is really concrete para makita og sa kuan pa binisaya pag istorya, binugoy nga istorya aron makita ang katag. No? That's why the challenge always remains. Remember that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And so the words that we also learn and we study, we also have to put it into fruitful actions, not only for our own sake, but for the sake of all peoples all over the world. Amen.